Hi guys, welcome back to the Sicilian Revival. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have our last two games of the season. They're two tough games as well. We're up against Vicenza and Frosinone. Frosinone sit a place above us on 58 points at the moment, and Vicenza sit a few places behind us on 54 points. We're sat on 57, and remarkably, we're sat in fifth place. Our good form seems to have continued, and despite a heavy defeat against Reggiana, we had a really good result against Venezia with a 2-1 win at home against them, courtesy of a red card, I must admit. A 3-0 win away against Salo, and a 4-0 win at home to Hellas Verona. So going into these last two league games, we know that one win would secure us a top 10 finish in our first season back in Serie B. We're 5 points clear of Spezia, who are sat in 11th place on 52 points. So one win gets the job done. And there has been a little bit of rotation at times, but largely we are trying to keep the main part of the squad in there as much as possible. We have struggled with a few injuries recently, though, and as such, there is players missing out. Tepsic is suspended for this game. Chato and Grimeland still out injured. Besic has got a knock, so he only takes his place on the bench, and Kmech and Tavares both struggling for fitness still as well. Apaya has confirmed he will retire at the end of the season as well. Kabongo, as we know, is already leaving. And in relation to budgets next season, we could end up with less in the way of budgets than we've had this season. We started off with about 60 odd thousand. That got reduced to 55,000. And from what I can gather at the moment, we're looking at around 46,000. That's it. And we are really, really struggling financially, as I've already. Uh, I already may have told you that. But the financial situation is getting worse, but there is no sign that the board are willing to relinquish control of the club either. So at the moment, we're being well and truly run into the ground by the owners, and there's not really an awful lot we can do about it. We're trying to keep um, the core of the side together, but because of the wage situation, it's going to prove very, very difficult. The players that are on higher wages may have to leave. And in relation to the goalkeeping side of things, we've got three goalkeepers on £3 grand a week. Even our backup is on that amount of money as well. So it's going to be a difficult one over the summer. We may have to sell before we even think about trying to potentially bring anybody in. Wende we did manage to get him to sign a 1 year extension. I don't know how that one slipped through the net, but he was allowed to sign a new deal, and I think we dropped a little bit lucky, to be honest, and we need all the help we can get. And when he's come into the fold, he hasn't done too badly, to be fair, Wende. So hopefully he can continue his progression into the side. As Camden here knocks it back to Kabongo, and Seko into Burdick couldn't quite get the pass through. And Koulibaly's pass was a little bit of a poor one, and now Aroka into shooting. And now Prashelik coming down this right hand side finds Basato. I'm hoping we can win possession back shortly here, but it's not looking too promising at the moment. Vicenza playing some nice football. Manzuzi does well to intercept that one though. And now Albaricin looking to. I mean, he was trying to find a pass further forward, but unfortunately, as he was moving to the right hand side of the pitch, everyone else moved to the left, so he didn't have that support there. But Sacco has done well here to find Camden. That's a lovely delivery, and Thomas Burdick has met it superbly. It's only his second goal of the season. What a lovely cross into the penalty area that was from Pascali Camden. And we take the lead here against Vicenza, and there's every opportunity that we could finish anywhere between 3rd and 11th, remember? So that is a brilliant goal. And it just lifts the pressure a little bit from our point of view in terms of securing this top half finish. I mean, we've had a phenomenal season. There's no doubt about it. We were favourites to get relegated, and somehow we've found a way. We did have to change formation partway through, of course, but we certainly seem to have found our rhythm a little bit this season. And hopefully it will continue if we can, again, if we can keep the core of the squad. As Albaricin gets caught on the ball by Praselic, and he's charging forward. He's not got too much support, and Kabongo did really well to recover there. And Sacco, I thought their striker was going to latch onto that, but luckily he didn't anticipate that poor pass as Camden knocks it back to Carstens, and now Kabongo again, coming down this right-hand side into Banzuzi, coming through the centre, moving to the right, and again, we're knocking the ball about superbly, and Pascali Camden has scored here. It took a deflection off the defender. He deserves that goal today, Pascali Camden. It was a very, very well-worked goal, and he's certainly seems to have been the bright spark today. Banzuzi managing to just knock it back into Kabongo, and he played the pass into Camden. Lovely touch to take it into the gap, and the strike came off the shin of the defender. And with 25 minutes to go, we have a 2-goal advantage. Again, one or two players are struggling for fitness. I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. We've only got the one game left of the season. And if this finishes as it is, then obviously the top 10 position is secured. And that, to be quite honest, is a phenomenal season from my point of view, considering the financial constraints and the fact that we've only just got promoted back into this league. We have done superbly this season. And hopefully we can finish on a high. And it certainly seems like we're looking at doing so at the moment. Here is Giordano into Roca. Just holds on to it in the centre and plays it across to Really. And again, they're just controlling a little bit of the possession here. Yes, we're struggling for fitness as well now, but we might make some substitutions, I suppose, just to get those fresh legs on in the midfield, maybe. That's a lovely delivery from Prashalik, and it was very fortunate to fall for Juanpe, and it's his first goal of the season, to be fair. And we will just pause there. I mean, there's a lot of tired legs, isn't there? We'll certainly change it up in the central midfield. Besic and Tavares can both come on. Nunjbo Wende can come on. Kmech can come on as well. And we'll just really get the energy into that midfield again. Even defensively, we're struggling a little bit fitness-wise. And we'll get Umar Diakate on for Carstens. And that should do it. Rebaglioli's had a very quiet game. We've not even spoken about him once so far today. He's not going to hit his 25 goals in the league this season, which is a bit of a shame because I think he's just had... I mean, he had a goal drought of about 7 or 8 games, and then he did it again later on in the season. If it wasn't for that, he'd have probably been up there and achieving his targets. But that is a good result for us, to be fair. A 2-1 win away from home is always a good result, no matter who you play. And another 3 points on the board. We sit still in 5th place. And the lowest we can finish now is 6th. 7th place Salernitana can't catch us. So the lowest we can finish is 6th, but we can potentially finish 4th if we beat Frosinone in the last game of the season. And again, it's been a great season. I can't praise the boys enough. It's been a very hard-fought campaign, but we've done very, very well. And hopefully we can finish on a high. If not, it doesn't massively matter. But with the game against Frosinone to come, let's see what we can do. Okay then, guys, here we go for the last game of the season. We're at home against Frosinone. I'm not really too fussed about it, to be honest. We'll probably rotate and give some of the players that are leaving their last game for the club. We're 4 points clear of 7th place. The fact that we've done top half is a fantastic achievement. And, you know, in the end, we've just been outplayed by 2 major teams in Cremonese and Reggiana. We've kept in touch with the others. I can't complain at all, if truth be told. Like I said, there will be a bit of rotation, nothing too much. Paya's going to come in for his last game for the club, as is Besic. And Paulo da Silva as well hasn't signed a new contract, so he will be leaving as well. And in relation to the rest of the side, Shalanda Kabongo is leaving, of course. He may get some game time toward the end of the game just as a bit of a farewell. And that's going to be pretty much it in relation to the players that are leaving then. And we'll have to see what kind of budgets we get and see if we can rebuild a little bit for next season, because we're going to be a little bit thin on the ground. And in relation to quality coming through the youth academy, we're not getting it. So we could be in for an even tougher time next season, if truth be told. Hopefully we go out there and get a good result today. Like I say, Sacco isn't in the squad. He has got a knock, so he will miss out, unfortunately. And going into this game, it's going to be extremely tough. I mean, Frosinone have got vast amounts of money to spend, especially at this level. And in comparison to ourselves, we can only wish for that amount of money. And it could show a little bit today. The likes of Jan Karamo, who's starting up out wide for them today. He's formerly of Paris Saint-Germain, I believe. Um, and Yanis Hadji, of course, as well in there, formerly of Rangers, amongst other clubs. And yeah, they've just got a lot of quality, and we're really struggling to get to grips here. We somehow survived that little wave of attack there, and Schaub is trying to bring it away for us. He's been tripped up by Maita. And luckily, from our point of view, it remains 0-0. But the thing is, as well, with some of these players that are leaving, I say some of them, all of the players that are going to be leaving, apart from Shalanda Kabongo, they don't really have the necessary quality at this level. They've done well as squad players for us. A few of them get starts today, but we are being completely outplayed at the moment. And Paulo da Silva just knocking it out of play. And we're just trying desperately to get through this opening 15 minutes or so. As Radu launches it forward, Paulo da Silva did really well with the header. Ravaglioli couldn't get there though. And now Scotty into Preciado. I know there's no pressure on us, but I would have liked a better performance from these lads that are leaving so far. Here is Karamo. Chance to get it back into the penalty area. There it goes. Tavares does well to clear, and Apaya furthers it away to Camden. But now, again, it's getting recycled. Frosinone completely dominating everything about this game at the moment. And Karamo's in behind, plays it across, and it's an own goal. Despite everything, it's an own goal that's been given. Karamo apparently might have been slightly offside. I don't think he was. And the goal is awarded, and rightfully so. And we have had a dreadful start to this game. It's actually gone in off Tepsic in the end. And we're going to drop some encouragement to the lads, but at the moment, we're not looking like we're going to do anything in this game. And yeah, bit of a disappointing performance, if truth be told. Reggiana 2-1 up against Catanzaro, who are the team that are behind us on goal difference at the moment. And Venezia are 2-0 up against Ferral Pisalo, so we're not going to be catching them either. Neither side have actually had a shot on target, believe it or not, but Frosinone, of course, ahead from that own goal. And we just need to tell the lads to wake up a little bit, really, because we have had a very poor game as Radu knocks it forward. And we do well to win the header. Schaub plays it back to Paulo da Silva. Trying to come down this left-hand side. Still going. Good run from the young fullback, but didn't have too much support. Tavares finds Schaub and plays it back to Mohamed Besic. And now Dennis Apaya. Fortunately, he couldn't get the pass through. And Makisa managing to clear comfortably. Koulibaly into Besic, and now Tavares into Ravaglioli, and now Luis Schaub. Chance to finish, and it's a comfortable save, really, in the end from Radu. He positioned himself very, very well. And it remains 1-0 to Frosinone, and Camden here with a corner toward that far post. And again, Radu very, very comfortably making the claim. It's a bit of a shame, really. I don't really want it to finish on a dampener, if truth be told. Frosinone still yet to have a shot on target, and yet we find ourselves a goal down because of that own goal. We're going to demand more because, again, it's been a very poor performance from our point of view. And we're going to pause there, and we are going to make some changes. Mohamed Besic is going to come off. We're going to get Albarracin on. So Besic has had his last game for the club. Shalanda Kabongo is going to come on for Apaya, who's completed his last game for the club now. And we'll move Koulibaly out to left back. We'll get Diakite on as well in at centre back. And in terms of going forward, again, it's been a very poor one, really. El Shaarawy, we're probably going to look at selling if we get an opportunity to. He's not really done particularly well this season. And we'll also get Friedrich on as well for Banzuzi. And we'll see if the extra attacking talent can just give us a way back into this game. I'm hoping it will, but again, it's been a very poor performance from both sides, really. We've dominated possession. Frosinone have dominated the chances, but again, they've not had a shot on target for the whole game. So, they've just had their first shot on target, in fact. So it makes the fact that it's a 1-0 lead not look too bad now. But we didn't really offer too much going forward at all. If truth be told, we made the changes and nothing happened from them. And in the end, not a very good way to end the season. Very poor performance, but we have secured a fifth place finish, and we certainly can't grumble at that. So it ended up being very tight in the mid-table. And if truth be told, us finishing fifth this year, if we finish down in 10th or 11th next year, we're not within touching distance of a number of these clubs now. And we've done very well, if truth be told. So going ahead, hopefully we can do well. And what's this then? Interesting. Are we in a playoffs? Okay, so apparently we're in playoffs, which I didn't realize. I didn't even think about playoffs. Um, and I'm guessing we could still have a chance of getting promoted. Yeah, because three teams get relegated. So we could actually still be in with a chance of getting promotion, which is absolutely mental. Consecutive promotions were not on my agenda at all. I mean, we've got Perugia in the playoffs, and in relation to our games against Perugia this season, where are we? Mm, we lost 2-0 away at Perugia and we lost 1-0 at home. So I'm not feeling too hopeful, but you never know, I suppose. And then we've got to play Frosinone in the semi-final if we get past Perugia. And again, we've not done well against them either, as it's just been proven. But who knows? We might be in with an opportunity. Let's see how things go. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for the playoffs. This is Big Will, signing away.